Tortoise and his pregnant wife. I will never forget the day Tortoise left his wife in the forest. It was the cruelest thing I had ever seen. Tortoise and his wife had been traveling for days. They had no home, no food, and no friends to help them. His wife was heavy with child, her belly round and full. She walked slowly, holding her back, breathing hard. But Tortoise did not care. That morning, they reached a deep part of the forest where the trees stood tall, and the ground was soft with fallen leaves. The air was thick, and no bird sang. Tortoise stopped walking and looked around. "This is a good place," he said. His wife wiped her face. "A good place for what?" she asked. Tortoise sighed. "A good place to rest." She nodded. "Yes, I need to rest." But Tortoise was not talking about resting for a short time. He was talking about leaving her there. I watched from behind a tree, my heart beating fast. I wanted to warn her, but I could not. This was not my fight. Tortoise waited for his wife to fall asleep. Then he picked up his small bag, turned his back, and walked away. He left her alone in the middle of the wild forest. I stayed hidden, my hands shaking. The sun moved in the sky, and soon, night came. The air grew cold, and the forest became alive with strange sounds. His wife woke up, looked around, and called his name. "Tortoise." Silence. "Tortoise." Only the wind answered her. Then, she understood. He was never coming back. Her cries filled the night, and I wanted to run to her, to tell her she was not alone. But I knew I could not. She had to find her own strength. And she did. Days passed, and I watched as she built herself a shelter from branches and leaves. She found fruits to eat and dug the ground to collect water when it rained. She waited. Not for Tortoise, but for her child. And one morning, under the rising sun, she gave birth to a strong, healthy baby. That day, I saw something that changed me forever. She did not curse Tortoise. She did not cry for him. She lifted her baby to the sky and whispered, "We will survive." And they did. Tortoise never returned, but the forest became her home. She learned its secrets, its hidden paths, its safe places. She raised her child with love, teaching him to be strong, to never trust a smooth-talking man, and to never, ever abandon someone who depends on you. And me. I still tell her story. Because some people need to remember what happens when you leave the ones who need you the most.